The story of the 300 Spartans you've heard is wrong. It wasn't about a glorious last stand or a fight for victory. It was about something far more strategic, something colder. 300 Spartans didn't fight to win. They fought knowing they would lose. And that calculated decision changed the course of history. Let's rewind to 480 BC. The Persian Empire, led by King Xerxes, is the largest military force the world has ever seen. We're talking hundreds of thousands of soldiers, a navy of over 1,000 ships, and an empire stretching across 3 continents. Their goal? The total conquest of Greece. The Greek city-states were fractured, disorganized, and terrified. Standing between this unstoppable force and the heart of Greece was a narrow coastal pass called Thermopylae, which means the hot gates. This is where King Leonidas of Sparta makes a stand. But he doesn't bring the whole Spartan army. He brings just 300 of his personal bodyguards. Now, why only 300? This wasn't because Sparta was weak or unwilling to commit. It was a deliberate choice. Each of these 300 men had a living son to carry on his family line. This was a suicide mission, and Sparta was ensuring its future would survive, even if these men did not. Leonidas was a brilliant military strategist. He knew that in the narrow confines of Thermopylae, the Persians' overwhelming numbers meant almost nothing. Their vast army couldn't flank the Greeks or bring their full strength to bear. They would be forced to attack in smaller waves, funneling directly into the Spartan spears. For 3 days, that's exactly what happened. Wave after wave of Persian soldiers, including their elite force, the Immortals, charged into the pass. And wave after wave, they were slaughtered. The Spartans fought not just with brute strength, but with unmatched discipline. They operated as a single deadly unit. Shields locked together in a phalanx, a wall of bronze and wood, spears thrusting in perfect unison. They would execute feigned retreats, drawing the Persians in, only to turn and crush them in the confined space. To the Persians, it must have seemed like they were fighting against gods, not men. But Leonidas knew they couldn't hold the pass forever. Their doom came in the form of a local man named Ephialtes, who, hoping for a reward, revealed a secret mountain path that would allow the Persians to bypass the main Spartan defense and surround them. Scouts confirmed the betrayal. By morning, the Spartans would be trapped. Faced with certain death, Leonidas made his final, critical decision. He dismissed the bulk of the allied Greek forces. He told them to retreat, to carry the news, to prepare the other cities for the coming invasion. He gave them a choice: leave and live, or stay and die. The 300 Spartans, of course, stayed. They were bound by their law and their honor. Along with them, about 700 Thespians and 400 Thebans chose to make the same sacrifice, refusing to abandon their allies. Their new mission wasn't to win, it was to buy time. They fought not for personal glory, but for every precious hour they could steal. Every hour the Persians were delayed at Thermopylae was another hour for Athens to evacuate its citizens, for the Greek navies to assemble, and for the fragmented city-states to finally unite against their common enemy. They were a roadblock, a human sacrifice to disrupt the Persian war machine. When the Persians finally broke through, having attacked from both the front and the rear, they found a small band of Greeks fighting to the last man. The Spartans were gone, but their purpose was achieved. The Persian timetable was shattered. Less than a year later, the tide turned. The united Greek navy, using the time the Spartans had bought, lured the Persian fleet into the narrow straits of Salamis and decimated it. Then, at the Battle of Plataea, the combined Greek armies crushed the Persian land forces, ending the invasion for good. The invasion failed not because of a single heroic battle, but because 300 men understood a concept more powerful than survival: momentum. They broke the Persian momentum. They traded their lives for time, and that time saved Greece. History remembers Thermopylae as a heroic last stand, but its true lesson is far more strategic. Sometimes the most important victories are the ones won by people who never lived to see the final outcome. The Spartans lost the battle, but in doing so, they helped win the war.